Okay, this is the thermostat. It's in the downstairs entryway. Just kind of moving around a little bit. This is the water heater closet. Now, this door should have been sealed to help prevent gases from coming out and then going back into the return air. That's the return air for the air conditioning system. So this door should have been sealed, and then this closet should have been ventilated. There's your makeup area. It's got a screen on it. In the day, screens were required. Now they're required to be open. There's our makeup. There's our combustible air. That can still have a screen on it. So we're looking pretty good here. We do not have a safety pan on this water heater. It's 50 gallons. I'm having trouble ascertaining the age here, but I think it's pretty old. I'll have to look it up. It's going to be probably 2005. 2005, I'll be able to find out. It lasts about 10 years, so 2015 it would have been 10 years old. Somebody's added a sediment trap here. That's a good thing. But this old gray plastic, that's been outlawed forever. This gas connector. We had a few problems with them. A school blew up in Oklahoma, that kind of thing. Okay, so it's got a conventional, we can go and look. It's got a conventional burner compartment. I haven't seen one of those in a while. We'll put it back together after the video. Come on. If I can get it apart. The ineffectual home inspector. Ooh, a pile of rust on that thing. He's ready to go, man. He's done. That's toast. That's toast. We'll come back for that. Got a carry use manual. Alright. Okay. You got a flexible drain line. It terminates too high. And flexible drain line, there's nothing wrong with flexible drain line. Some home inspectors say there is. This is what makes it wrong. You should not have threaded fittings on the TMP drain line. Now I get it. Nobody's going to cap that off, but it shouldn't be an option. Somebody's come in and added dielectric unions. I appreciate the trying it. And look, that's where your sewer gas, that's where your exhaust gases are going, right there in that little hole. See all the corrosion? This is time. I'm glad that they put this part on. That part. We're planning to put that part on. I'm glad they did those things. I'm glad they put that on, but no. It's time. This water heater's seen it. It's dust. Coming on along. Clothes dryer. I can't see. Red handle. You had to tell me. I can see this in the video. Three-prong electric clothes dryer. Yeah. Well, we can do that. I don't know how I got that going. Alright, take another look here. Not labeled. Hot and cold. Okay. We know now, and the length of the clothes dryer vent is not labeled. That's the wrong kind of vent on the roof. Wrong kind of vent. I'm not sure whether return airs are allowed into. I'm not sure whether they're allowed into laundry spaces. So, hear me now? Mask is gone. This is the meter out here in the street, and it's okay. They're supposed to be there. And that's your meter. It's that little red clock in there. If he's not moving, then the water's not moving, so that's pretty good. Those are a little more difficult. They're not as sensitive as some of the other flow indicators. When you have a meter like that, they're not quite as sensitive. You shouldn't have. This is a check valve for your lawn sprinkler system, and it should not be located in the parkway. It's okay for the electric meter because it belongs to the city utility. This belongs to you. This is your side of the yard over here. You get this side of the yard, not this side of the yard. This side of the yard belongs to the city. You'll get a fine if you don't mow it, you don't take care of it. But anyway, so the check valve handles are rusty. It hasn't been serviced in about a year, and the bottom of the box should be lined with gravel. Should, so that people don't get hurt. Speaking of hurt, man, this phone's hurting me today. Good home, this is Bud. Oh man, another sales call? Told you it's hurting me. Alright. This is the main sewer clean out. It's not a double. One thing that I'm not noticing is I'm not noticing a main water shutoff valve. I'm not noticing one for the lawn sprinkler system. Now when this was installed, when this was built, home was built, what? They weren't required. All you have is these two isolation valves, which are rusty valve handles. But if this home was built today, you'd have a main disconnect as well to the lawn sprinkler system. The lawn sprinkler system. And speaking of main shut-off valves, because that's how I work. That's how I get moved around. I can't find a main water shut-off valve for the house. I do find a main sewer clean-out. And this is the valve closest to the house. We're looking between 40 and 80 psi. The stem's leak. No, that's not the stem. That's okay, between 40 and 80. And we got just almost 80, 78 or what. Oh, why is that leaking like that? That's leaking like a sieve. Not good. Not good. Wood mulch under the drip line. That's conducive to wood destroying insects. The exterior video ended just about here. It did. Trees shouldn't be closer to a structure than 25 feet. So far, the foundation actually measured well. These are called shrinkage cracks. Some people call them corner pops. You know, call it what you will. Call it what you will, but the foundation's always drying and always shrinking. You won't be able to measure it. And the brick, it's the only part of your house that actually grows, and you won't be able to measure that either. And the physical properties that make up the brick and the cement are different, so they expand and contract thermally at different rates. There's a plastic that goes around the edge of the perimeter of your house so that these things can slide, and the plastic never goes to the corner and the corners pop. That's not a foundation issue. It's not a foundation issue. It might be a brick issue, and sometimes people, fix them, they patch them, I get that, but we got lots of other ways to find foundation failure. And by the way, I've already shot the floor. Like I said, it measured well. So I don't know if we're going to have too much negative to say about this foundation, except for that tree that's too close. Coming on along. These are called control joints. Some people call them expansion joints. Call them what you will. It's the same thing as the lines out in the street. We expect the house to move. We do. We expect the house to move. And so with these control joints, they move inside the joint. And you didn't have one over here, so you have all that mortar. A control joint would have come in handy there, huh? That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. Control joint would have come in handy. Coming along. I'm not seeing, okay, that is a check valve for the water meter. We've been all over that. We just can't stay away from it. We're obsessed about it. We do not have a weather sensor. I have a weather sensor. Inside the garage south wall, this is the control timer. And that's the labeling that you kind of have. And we just work them manually. Like right there. Oh, huh. Excuse me. Operator error, that's my middle name. Zone 1. Come on. And it says Zone 1 should be working. It says Zone 1 should be working. There it is. We got a bubble and a spray head. You're not supposed to have mixed use. They use different amounts of water. And you're spraying the house. You're not supposed to do that either. And we're going to look at the rest of them. And the flat work. You're not supposed to be spraying the flat work. That's not so bad. I mean, this particular example isn't so bad.